this video, I'm going to talk to you about the importance of YouTube related to local TV and especially local TV news stations. Hi, my name is Ryan and I run Doable Digital Media. Mostly I'm doing newsletters in 2026. Newsletters like Oklahoma Memo, the local daily news recap that I started last year, and that is growing like wildfire. But I also offer some YouTube consulting strategies. So I'll get that out of the way first. And I was struck by a recent article in TVNewsCheck by my friend Tom Sly. I've only met him a couple times, but I've read him forever in TVNewsCheck as part of Local Media Association. And his article was all about what broadcasters need to be doing relative to YouTube right now. And I agree with 90% of it. I want to tell you my story as part of my years at Griffin Media as the director of digital content as to what worked for us on YouTube, and I think it will work for you as well. I call the article, What Local Broadcasters Must Do Now to Win on YouTube. As I noted in the article that I posted to doabledigitalmedia.com, the new year's coming in hot as evidenced by Tom Sly's excellent piece at TVNewsCheck titled YouTube is TV, Broadcasters Must Face what that means. And this topic does hit close to home. As director of digital content at Griffin Media from 2017 to 2024, I made it my mission to unlock YouTube's potential for our stations, News 9 in Oklahoma City, News on 6 in Tulsa. When I arrived, the company's YouTube presence was fragmented among multiple, and I mean multiple, Google AdSense accounts owned by different departments. Nobody knew what connected to what. Previous attempts to establish a YouTube presence had long been abandoned before I joined in 2017. Now, I've been a YouTuber since 2006, and I believe deeply in the platform, and I believe that I was also ahead and am still ahead of the curve in terms of where YouTube is headed relative to TV. But wrangling those accounts proved to be an adventure. Without YouTube partner status, which requires at least 100,000 subscribers, getting help is really difficult. Fortunately, a colleague of mine had kept excellent notes, including a phone number for somebody who had previously assisted with our accounts, so I called that number. It turns out she was a Google executive. She answered my call, cold. I had caught her walking to her car somewhere in San Francisco. It's a 1 in 1,000 shot, and I got lucky. She was gracious enough to connect me with somebody at YouTube who helped us consolidate the News 9 and News on 6 channels under one primary Google account. And I wish I could credit her by name. I'm not gatekeeping it, but I've long since forgotten it. And from there, my journey started. I spent 3 years experimenting with various YouTube growth strategies for local TV. The channels grew quickly, and we generated upwards of 6 figures in revenue by the time I left at the end of 2024. It's a little misleading, but I'll explain it here toward the end. And before I detail what worked best for us, I should note I agree with about 95% of what Tom wrote in his article. Please be sure and read it. I'll note where I differ here. Here's what actually works on YouTube for local TV. Number 1, live streaming is paramount. Yes, on-demand content matters. It's cool. But going live is the most important thing local stations can do. Period, full stop. Linear TV and YouTube, especially during breaking news or severe weather. Tying a video CMS, content management system, to a YouTube feed to create a 24/7 channel is not that difficult. Do it. Also, severe weather coverage is about 10 times more important than breaking news, maybe 100 times. Severe weather is everything. Number 2, don't just replicate TV content. As Tom noted, replicating TV content for YouTube is not an effective strategy. We tried posting full newscasts for on-demand viewing, but the juice was never worth the squeeze. My former station still does this, but the mindset is flawed. They view YouTube as a discovery platform for linear TV, and it simply does not, has not, and will not work that way. That said, referring back to my point number 1, being live on YouTube changes everything. It absolutely will work as a discovery funnel to linear TV if they see that you're there in a time that they need you. You want to be where people are. That consistency builds trust. Trust wins viewership, and trust over time builds viewership frequency. And if you've ever sat in a Nielsen ratings meeting, you'll know that frequency is everything right now for ratings. Number 3, Master YouTube style, and I mean titles, descriptions, thumbnails, everything. Follow YouTube conventions. Using your station's graphics package to create thumbnails is not going to do the trick. YouTube thumbnails look like YouTube thumbnails, and Canva offers excellent examples and templates. Yeah, they're often a bit loud, clear but bright with bold colors and large fonts. That's the style that works. Number 4, organize with playlists. I do not recommend creating separate channels for different topics like weather and sports. That's what playlists are for, and YouTube audiences understand this. Multiple channels do not function like multiple linear channels. They just create confusion. However, playlists are essential. Without them, your channel becomes a video dumping ground. Number 5, develop a serious shorts strategy. YouTube supports vertical video up to 3 minutes, and shorts drive subscriber growth. Here's the formula. The more shorts you publish, the more subscribers you'll gain. Full stop. Trust me, I have tested this repeatedly with consistent success. Long-form horizontal videos like this one hopefully produce watch time, and the combination of subscribers plus watch time, shorts plus long-form, eventually equals revenue. Number 6, revenue isn't everything. But it does matter. Tom is right that YouTube offers tremendous value beyond monetization. Branding, top-of-funnel awareness, and rich data insights. However, with a well-executed strategy and patient supportive leadership, YouTube can become a mid-6 to 7-figure revenue source. I know you're laughing. I'm not kidding, for virtually any local TV station. We generated nearly $100,000, and we were just beginning, and it was built on the work of what I could do in my free time. Number 7. Publish frequently and study the data. Here's where I slightly disagree with Tom. There's no real penalty for publishing as often as you can. I advise stations to publish more, not less, everywhere. Study the data closely and eliminate content that doesn't perform. Be punitive about it. If something doesn't perform, it doesn't perform, move on. Tom highlighted YouTube content that works, explainers, weather stories, investigative pieces, breaking news analysis. But I would add one more critical element. Post as many long-form, uncut interviews as possible. When you assign somebody, a reporter, a photog, to conduct an interview for a TV story, treat that interview as being YouTube first. This approach gives you a longer video at the very beginning to work with while still providing material cut for broadcast. In my view, a local TV station in a top 75 market should aim to publish 5 to 7 shorts per day and 2 to 3 pieces of YouTube original long-form content. I wouldn't stop posting TV packages either. Some perform moderately to exceptionally well, and it's the usual suspects. It's the crime stories. And enough moderately wells, by the way, they add up. Don't post everything, but post enough to where you learn what does well and post those. Understand this. This is reality. 20% of your content will do 80% of the work. It might even be 10% of the content generating 90% of your results. The bottom line here is the biggest obstacle isn't strategy or even execution. Those are the easy parts. It's mindset. Too many local TV executives view YouTube as a nice-to-have, an extra, a dream, a digital project to support when everything else is going well. That attitude cannot persist in 2026. I believe YouTube growth is the most important thing local TV can pursue right now. I believed it 3 years ago, and it turns out I'm right. It's not just for success, but survival. Howdy again. Like I told you, my name is Ryan, and I'm a lifelong journalist with 2 decades in local TV news. I now work as a consultant and can be reached at ryan@doabledigitalmedia.com. If you need help with your YouTube channel, let me know. However, mostly I'm doing newsletters these days. Speaking of which, sign up for my weekly newsletter about what's happening in digital and digital content. It's called 5-Minute Newsroom, and it's free. You can find it at 5minutenewsroom.com/subscribe. That is the number 5-Minute Newsroom, no hyphens, 5minutenewsroom.com/subscribe. I appreciate you sticking around. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, share this with a friend if it's helpful to you. Thank you very much. Have a great day.